Alrighty, welcome back to Clicks to Closings, where we speak all things social media in the world of real estate. I have a special guest today, Susan Wilburn.
Hello.
She is a realtor located here in central Kentucky.
Yep.
And we actually just recently started working together, and I wanted her input on transitioning into real estate as well as diving more into social media. So just a quick introduction. Susan is a former public school teacher in Fayette and Scott counties for about 15 years. She transitioned into real estate and is now with Century 21 Advantage in Georgetown, Kentucky. In her first year, she closed 30 transactions, about 90 million in volume, and has recently started leaning more into social media to grow her brand. So I would love to just dive in and ask, what made you get out of the teaching role and into real estate?
Well, let me stop you there. I wish that I had closed 90 million in my first year, but it was 9 million. But that was still great.
Yeah,
my goal is 90 million, so let's do it.
Zero.
That's okay. I just didn't want people to think I was lying.
9 million is insane, though.
It was still very blessed, very lucky. So teaching was a great fit for me for a long time, but the public education system's really broken. And I've always had a servant's heart, and I really wanted to make a huge difference, and I wasn't able to make the difference in the way that I wanted to, just because of, top-down politics. And I had some great administrators and great parents and students and loved it. But basically it was just not the perfect fit for me. And I kind of realized the whole time that I had done it that it just wasn't what I had loved. It wasn't my passion. My passion was like helping people and making a difference. And so I started kind of trying to think of how else I could do that. And I've always loved real estate, and my husband and I have moved several times, and we had really good experiences. But like in talking with some of our friends, it was apparent that a lot of people just don't know, how a transaction works, or they may not have an agent that explains things to them really well, and they were kind of clueless. And so I just started thinking like, I just love the different styles of architecture. I love being in homes. I am kind of what you would call an introverted extrovert, because I can get peopled out really easily.
Same.
But, when I'm around people and I'm passionate about something, I'll talk for hours. So it was just something that really interested me. And I felt like it was a way that I could make a difference and just be fulfilled. And I actually we had a transaction going with my current broker now, Jess, and she was just an amazing agent for us throughout the whole process. I've always had a little touch of anxiety.
Yeah.
And so I was a little bit anxious, and she was great. And it was good to see from that perspective and just kind of get to know her. And I kind of reached out to her and just said, hey, do you think this might be a good fit for me? Could I do it? And she was really gracious and kind of sat down with me at a Starbucks one day for a couple hours and just kind of told me the ins and outs. And she said, it's a tough business. It's really tough. But I think if you're interested and you're just yourself, because I was really, really adamant, like, I am not fake. I can't be fake. I am who I am.
And we've talked about
We
this.
joke about my facial expressions all the time because you're just going to know what I'm thinking. But I told her, like, I'm not going to be a sleazy, like, salesperson that's, just out to make, I don't want people to think that. I want them to really know that I'm helping them. And if is it that kind of business where I have to, like, go out and just be that kind of sleazy salesperson? And she's like, no, I mean, I'm not like that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I've just built myself and my brand, like, just being myself, honestly. And it's gone really well for me. People seem to connect with me and trust me, which is good. And I've had a lot of great mentors. Jess is the main one, but I've had a couple others that have been amazing and just helped me to learn. And because I did the volume that I did, and I've kind of continued that, I've been able to learn a whole lot in kind of a short time. It's been about 4 years that I've been in real estate. And I've done quite a few transactions that maybe a lot of agents haven't, and I'm just thankful, but it just keeps me learning.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What would you say with social media now? How has it evolved from when you started to now? And how has your perspective changed?
Right. Well, I have always been really awkward
I'm the same
behind the
exact
camera.
way.
And I never wanted to kind of put myself out there. And so the first couple years, I really didn't. I barely
Yeah.
posted on social media. And it was, I would notice that some of my friends, not friends and family, but, acquaintances would use other realtors and they'd be like, oh, I didn't know you were in real estate. And that's the thing. If somebody doesn't know what you do, they can't reach out to you.
Yeah.
So I'm slowly kind of learning that. And I know that it's awkward to get behind camera and, just kind of show yourself and connect with people and just be vulnerable. It is what, it's very vulnerable. People sometimes make comments and whatever. And, you worry about what people think. I'm definitely very much a people pleaser. So I'm like, I just want everything to go well. And, I don't want anybody to think anything negatively, but I feel like my perspective's changed because now I understand. I've kind of grown into myself a lot. My self confidence is kind of soaring, honestly. I started about a year ago with a fitness journey, just really out of necessity because I was really unhealthy and had some bad habits. And, I have twins who are 12 and I want to be around to be able to do things and have energy to do stuff with them. And I didn't have that at that time. And I knew that I needed to do something to kind of like take charge of my health. And so since that journey, I've lost a little bit of weight. My body looks a little different and I feel better.
Yeah.
So that gives me a little bit more confidence.
Makes a huge difference.
It does. But I think the biggest thing is just I was so scared because I was just, I stay busy and it's just one more thing to think about is what kind of content should I post? What has the most views? What, actually resonates with people? And you have just been like a godsend to me,
Thank
honestly,
you.
because she will take what you have and what you give her and just just use it.
Yeah.
And she kind of you've taken so much off of my plate. And it's actually inspired me to start posting more on my own. So
I've noticed
I
that.
have been posting some more things on my own, and then I'll text Morgan and be like, "Did you see what I posted?" So I think it's important because social media is a free way to advertise. I mean, yeah, you can do paid ads, but you need to get yourself out there. Times have changed. Nobody's looking in the paper for real estate agents anymore.
They are.
So everybody's always looking online, and I feel like you just have to have a presence. You have to be able to show up and then it also makes a difference when you have listing appointments, you have clients, and you can tell them, hey, check out my social media, see how I market things. Because marketing is really important too, as far as with listings. And so if you hire an agent who doesn't do social media marketing, you are probably at a disadvantage.
Yes.
You want the most people to see your house. And that's really the fastest, quickest way to send it out to everybody. So yeah, my perspective's shifted quite a bit. Jess and other, good mentors have said, like, you have to post on social media. You've got to have a presence. And I just didn't make it a priority until now. But, I'm just excited about where it's going and want to keep going.
And we're only about 2 months into this.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I feel like it has been a good benefit for you so far with at least keeping you top of mind.
Yes.
And that's the whole point. Like, when I sit down with people and same with you, I'm like, I'm not your girl if you're wanting to just get followers. Like, if you're, like, you want followers, yes, and you want to build your community, but you want those followers to be your target audience. And also people that you have known your whole life and you're reconnecting and just staying top of mind. So, like, I'll say my lowest package is 3 posts per week. And people will be like, isn't that a lot? Like, I don't think that's...
No, I need more.
I know, right? More. And I'm like, well, let's say I post 5 times a week, you may only see one of those posts.
Right, yeah.
So you need to be consistent with it. If it's showing up on your stories, like you working out this morning, post something. Perfect. People know you work out. That's another way for people to connect with you.
Right.
And they also see, okay, she's disciplined, she's consistent. I love that she's taking care of herself. That's someone I want to work with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get that too. Like, anything, if that's my studio, showing my family, all those little things, it really adds up for people to get to know you more. And as a real estate agent, there are a lot in the industry, and it's growing rapidly.
Yeah.
And if you really want to, stand out, you have to show your brand on socials.
Well, and the thing is, it's a people business. It's a relationship business. Yes, you are helping to sell something, or help someone purchase something, but it's one of their biggest financial investments. And they're not going to be comfortable using you unless they trust you. And so a good way for them to trust you is to kind of see you interacting with people on social media and like kind of get to know you. And so I have actually, even in the short time that we have worked together, I've had several people just reach out like, hey, I see that you do this. Do you have any homes available in this area? Or, hey, we're thinking about this, because I was posting, but not very consistently. And it wasn't, I wasn't thinking really about what I was posting. I would just post things here and there. Whereas you have a very detailed plan of things and you kind of we're figuring out how algorithms work and
Yeah.
all those things, so that's
We love
been
the algorithm.
yeah, it's been really helpful. And I think it's just even like friends that I haven't seen or talked to in a long time, they're sending me messages like, hey, what do you think about the real estate market? I even had somebody text me this morning, hey, what, I have a question about this. And just, I wasn't getting those kinds of texts before.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because they're seeing my stuff. And I've had some people say, well, I used to see so-and-so all the time. Now all I see is you. I'm like, yes.
I love it. It's great because that just opens the door. So like that person
Right.
texting you this morning.
Yeah.
That's just a little connection that
Yeah.
you never know.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So it's been really good. I'm very excited about it. And I'm always trying to grow my business. And I think that this is one of the best ways to do it. I'm sad that I didn't think about it before. I mean, I did, but I'm glad that it's happening now. So I think it's been huge for me.
And I have to say, like, there's no excuse to not
Right.
do what you're doing. Even if you didn't have me, just being consistent and trying to post.
Right.
Because, like you said, like, you are new-ish. I mean, not necessarily, but you have been able to see more of the importance of social media than maybe someone who's been in the industry for 15 years, 20 years, and is stuck on those old ways of marketing.
Right.
But also you are not necessarily comfortable in front of the camera or putting yourself out there, but you're still doing it.
Yeah, I'm trying.
And you're being consistent with it.
Right.
So it's like there's no excuse. Either you can sit down 1 hour a week and plan out what you're going to do, just like how you would plan out anything else for your business. This is just another priority. Like you need to set time aside or hire someone to do it.
I think it's a huge priority, honestly, and it's something that I wish that I'd done a lot sooner. And it's made a really, really big difference in my confidence and then all kinds of things. And I am not, someone who's going to go like dance around. Like I'm not that kind of person.
You don't have to do that.
Right. But that's the thing. Like I was kind of nervous, I was thinking, well, gosh, I'm gonna have to do like trending reels and whatever. And I'm, too old for that. But it's not, it's really just more about showing your daily life and showing what you do and just, connecting with people just so that they kind of get to know your personality. And I've had a couple listing appointments lately and people have said, yeah, I've seen your stuff and read your reviews and all those things. And, referrals and reviews are so important to our business. We, we do a really good job. And then we hope that our clients will, kind of share news about us. But I think it also helps that, it definitely helps that, they feel like they're connected with us just by looking at our stuff. And one thing that I did for a long time was I kept all of my stuff private. I didn't have it public. And now I'm like, why did I, I understand why I did it because I kind of did as a teacher, just didn't want.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so, but people need to be able to find you. And I have a good website now, SusanWilburnRealtor.com.
Yes.
Check it out. Have lots of cool stuff on there. But yeah, I just think people need to be able to find you. So, and I could just say that I could not do it without Morgan because she has so many good ideas. She makes me feel so comfortable behind the camera, even though I'm not, and she knows that I'm not. But she's just a really good, she's a good match for me, and she's exactly what I needed, so I'm thankful.
Thank you. What would you say to anyone who, like, as an agent, they're like, okay, I really don't know where to start with social media. Like, kind of feel the same way about you. I'm not comfortable.
Right.
Don't feel the need to do it. I don't see the benefit. Like, why should I be hopping on this right now?
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things where the industry's changing and it changes all the time. And if you don't do it, you're going to kind of get left behind. You're going to lose business, honestly. I think, the median age for home buyers is getting older. So, but but people who are first time home buyers they're online. That's just what they're doing. They're tech savvy. They know how to do different things. I don't know how to do all the things. I have to text Morgan many times and just say, how do I do this? Do I use this app? Do I use that app?
But I love it.
Right. It's overwhelming. It is, but I would just say start somewhere. Maybe do like one small change. Maybe commit to doing one post a day or one, 2 posts a week or whatever. I mean, that's really not enough, but you just want to get your face out in front of people. And really, like, I wouldn't worry about doing as many trendy, like, for me, for my brand and myself, like, I just always want to be authentic and real. And I don't ever want to come across as like disingenuine because that's just not me. So I mean, I think just find what works for you. But I think just one small change, that's kind of what works for me everywhere in life. Not to do everything all at once, but just start by posting like stuff about you personally as a person, things that you do, and maybe just point of view of your day. I think if you're just posting things, like if you're an agent, you're just posting closing pictures or, pictures of houses that you're showing, you're not really giving someone a connection to you. Or like, why would they want to pick you over the thousands of other realtors? So sometimes I'll just be like in my car and I'll think of something and I'll just like kind of record a video. I feel like, you need to provide value, of course. You need to show that you have the knowledge, and that's something when you're new that you may not have, and that's okay. But find a really good mentor. I am a mentor at Century 21 Advantage. Would love to have you. So call me 859-621-0424.
And I'll put all of your stuff in there.
But I mean, find if you're considering real estate or if you're in real estate and you're having, you're struggling, just reach out to some people who've done it a little longer and who maybe have been through it and can give you some advice. But I think, just try to learn as much as you can, as quickly as you can. And then, my thing is always to under promise and over deliver, even though I do usually promise everything. Yeah. But just be really good at your job and do the things that you're supposed to do, and people will respect you and want to refer you out to other people. That's kind of how it's worked for me, and I've been really thankful.
You'll attract that tribe.
I think so, yeah.
Like, I think we are finally stepping away from the very aesthetic feel and, like, being perfect on social media. Yeah. But now people, like, they're like, no, I don't want to see that. I want to see who you are. Like, what's your character like? Yeah. Who are the people you work with? Right. How do you work with your people? Like, how do you serve? People want to see that, so just post. Yeah. Just authentically.
Just whatever. Corny, like today, I am not a workout person. Like I said, I've been doing it for about a year. Mm-hmm. Basically, I ended up in 2023 spraining my ankle really badly, and I was in a boot for almost a year, and it was just terrible. But I realized that my mobility is just really bad, and so I just had some things I needed to work on. But I feel so much better. But anyway, I posted a video of me just like bare face, straight out of a workout, sweating. And it was alarming. But, I did it because I just wanted people to know, like, I've been in your shoes. I know what it's like when you don't want to do it. And I didn't do it for like 20, years. Yeah. But it's important for our health to move our bodies and do the things. And, I think just kind of try to not care about what people think and just be you. I mean, because everybody's different. Everybody has different things to offer, and nobody knows that unless you tell them.
Yeah, it's so true, though. Mm-hmm. Like, adding those little personal touches into your stories is so important. Mm-hmm. I tell people it's more important to post on your stories, actually, than your feed. Mm-hmm. I think it's good to have consistency in your feed. Mm-hmm. But if you can post, like, my sweet spot is 5 a day. 5 stories a day? Yes. Okay. I need to get on that. But, like, what I say is, like, in the morning, maybe your to-do list, like, what you have going on. Right. Behind the scenes, so maybe you talking like you were at the gym. I'll repost something that I have found that I can relate to, like a quote, a meme, something funny. And then like sometimes I'll post a review or just something. Like 5 posts of something where people can slide up and connect. Even if you add polls into your stories, if people are interacting with your polls, the algorithm will push your story to the front when they open up Instagram. So I would also say those people who are consistently looking through your stories, that's who you want to nurture the most and connect with, because they are voluntarily clicking and they want to see what you're up to. So yes, definitely be posting personal content, and your feed can be a little bit more polished if you want. I know some people don't like to post their personal stuff all the time.
Right.
So stories are good because it's just up there for 24 hours.
Yeah. And that's one thing I probably need to just pay you more money to do.
But I get it.
It can be daunting, but I am actually like getting so comfortable trying to make my own things, and I'm excited about it, and I'm like, okay, I can do this, and you know, but you really helped me to see all those things. And so, I definitely agree with that because I scroll people's stories all the time. And see, Morgan's a lot younger than I am, and she's hip to all the technology. I know a lot of things, but like, you know, I don't know all the things. So
it's hard to keep up with
it.
it.
And everything changes so much. But she knows all the cool stuff, and she walks us through how to do stuff, specific reels and how to put overlays in and all those things that I just wouldn't, you know, I could figure it out, but it would take me about 4 hours.
Forever. Yeah.
But yeah, I think, everybody just needs to, they want to see you. They don't want to see like just canned stuff. You know, I did at one point when I was a new agent, I paid a service to just post, it had my brand on it, but and my name and whatever, but it was just like it didn't have anything really to do with me. It was just canned stuff, you know. And then I started to think like I don't like that because that's not authentically me. And so I stopped paying for that service and didn't do it anymore. And then I just kind of like let social media go because I got busy.
Yeah.
But I do definitely think it's huge and important, and my goal is to attract more people to me that want to work with me because of me, because that's super important to me. Yeah.
So what do you have? Do you have anything coming up or anything that we should know about real estate wise?
I always have kind of like listings coming up. I have buyers looking. I don't have anything like super exciting, but Century 21 Advantage Realty's in downtown Georgetown. We did just join the Chamber of Commerce, so we made it an official. And we have someone there, I think usually 8 to 4 every day. But I mean, you know, come visit me. I'm not always at the office, but I'm easy to get in touch with. I always have my cell phone with me. But I mean, I'm going to be on your feed. You're going to see me. So, I mean, just...
Where can
see
we
what
find
I'm
you?
up to.
Yeah. Instagram,
so I do have Instagram, Susan Wilburn _realtor, and then I'm just Susan Wilburn on Facebook. I have a Century 21 Susan Wilburn Realtor at Century 21 Advantage Realty Facebook page as well, and then my website's SusanWilburnRealtor.com. So I would love for you to connect with me. I'm actually like super, super funny, really funny, so funny. So we would have a good time. And I am very awkward behind the camera, but when you meet me in person, you know, I'm pretty, I present myself well.
Yes.
But yeah, I would love to just connect with you and see if we would be a good fit. I always tell people you won't find anybody who will work harder for you than me. And that's really just because I actually just found out that I am severely ADHD, which I thought that I was. I've masked it really well for a long time, but you know, life be life, and so I need a little bit of help. But it is like my passion. It is what I hyper focus on, and sometimes I will spend, you know, all of my hours and all of my energy on real estate, and it's because I love it so much. And I'm not just saying that, it's really true. And so it makes me, you know, pushes me to be my best self for my clients and work really hard. And I do care really deeply, and I always have. So, I would love to work with you. Definitely reach out.
Yes, I'll put all of her information in the show notes.
Perfect.
So, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys listening in. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review and follow along. And we'll see you
with her. You need her.
Yes. Thank you. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
See ya.